Welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to design the section that has to do with years of experience, client reviews, and all that. But quickly before we proceed, I would like to adjust something here. So this text spacing between the header, the heading, and this is too big. So what we're going to do, we're going to make it even by ungrouping this particular group first. Then we select them individually and now distribute their spacing to be equal. Alright, so this way then that part is fixed, so we can now group them together back. Alright, so next let's take another frame of the same width, 1070, and the height to 500 as well. Excuse me. So here is going to be experience. It's going to be experience cards. We'll go to our grid layout and select 6 count columns there. So here we're gonna have different cards in this section. So we have the parent cards, and we have another 4 cards by the right. So we take a frame and have a parent card somewhere around here, and between the 3 columns here, and give the height to 345 and give it border radius of 10. Alright, so I'm gonna give it fill of the combination of the global color. So we're gonna choose this card background, then we detach it and add one more. And to do that, we go to the linear and have these 2 combination to give us that, so we can play around with it and see how you want it to be. So you can choose any direction you want. For me, this direction is okay. So if you want, you can combine it with other color from our global colors, which is the ones we created. This one, just leave it. Alright, so now we have this card as a parent card. Now in this parent card we will have years of experience, number, and some short text description beneath that. So what you're going to do, we take our text and write that. Okay, so take your text to this. You are already 10 years experience. You have 10 years experience in the industry of that particular field you are, or this particular field you've listed above. So you can come here and choose a 10. Remember, our title is going to be on poppins and title is supposed to be in black, so this will give you better opacity and all that. So here let's increase that to 2%. that is the letter spacing. Okay, let's make it 4. Alright, so here this will come inside here. Still want it to be bigger. Let's choose this. Alright, so you leave it as auto. So you can use your scale tool to increase the size of the number, or alternatively just go there and increase the font size using a manual method. So 150, I think it's too much, or expand. Alright, 150 is okay. So now we're going to select the text and give it the global color from our design system. So we're going to choose this and leave it like this. Okay, so beside that, that is right side to it, we're going to add the years of experience there, right? So we just duplicate that and just type years of experience. Okay, so you're going to select the frame and scale it down to 36. Then we can expand it and leave it like that. So this will bring it back and position it somewhere like that, but still it's too close to the frame card, so we're going to reduce the font size to that. So this way is better, and we can select the two now and give their spacing to 20 and also align them properly. Some things it's not balanced, so we're going to select this frame here and close this gap and also close, excuse me, I don't want that line height, and this one is not making sense. Okay, it's fine. So now select the two and maintain the vertical spacing to 12 as it is. So what you're going to do, we're going to add line spacing between this. So we come here, with the spacing, line spacing, let's make it 25. All right, so let's take it to 80. All right, it is too big. Let's bring it down to 75. Okay, bring it down to 70. All right, 70 is okay. So select it back again and maintain the 20 spacing and leave it as it is. So now we're going to select this years of experience and change the font color to global color, which is going to be the off-white we have for the body text. So that is this. So we leave it like that. So beneath that, we'll write just a short description of the years of experience. So we'll just say with over 10 years of experience, I'm going to change this back to 16 and going to be enter and going to be medium. So let me zoom in clearly so that you can see it. Well, 10 years of experience. I have successfully built and optimized the user experiences for various industries. So let's touch the text box and reduce the line height to 30. So we should have something like this now. So we're going to expand it a bit and take it to the left like that. So make it 25. All right. So this is perfect. So it's going to be put stop there. Also make sure you correct all the errors. Okay. Right, so now we're done with the left part. So we're going to create another card here. Select your frame of dimension 225 by 116 and now give it a fill on our global color. It's gonna be the card background and corner radius of 10 as well. So we are going to have another information in this card. So this will just be a random selection of projects you did, completed, client reviews and all that. So quickly we're going to duplicate this number and bring it here, and we're going to reduce the font from 150 to from 150 to, let's take it down to 64. That's fine. And also close the gap of this and bring it inside this frame like this. So let's say 10K plus, or depend on the number of experience you have or particular project completion you did for this particular one. And we're going to reduce the thickness to just bold, and we are batching the color back to our hero text. Right, and the height, the distance too much. Let's take it down to 48 and make sure we centralize it, put it in the center of the frame using your alignment tool, then keep it there. That's fine. All right, so now we'll write a short text. Take your text and write completed project, completed projects. So we're taking down these two, 10, 16, and it's going to medium, just like this one, and the color to a global color, which is going to be the body text. This, and make sure you also align it to the center of the frame. So quickly before we continue, we're going to duplicate this and just update the text. However, I want all these cards to have an over effect, so we need to apply over effects to each and every one of these cards. Then we can now use those one we created to duplicate the remaining ones. So let me take them out and create component traits and add variant properties. So there's going to be the overstate for bit. All right, so here you have the overstate. In the overstate, we just adding an outline stroke of 1 outside, and it's going to be the global color on our design system, and the opacity we'll just take it down to fit 80%. That's fine. Okay, so this is going to be for project, completed project, and come here to add interaction. That's going to be the overstate and connect them like that. So white over, we should change that to that. Then the text, we're also going to change it back to the global color, which is this on the overstate. So let's quickly duplicate that. We need 3 more copies for the cards. So here we update the text. Let's say 5K plus for the content writing, or just a proposal. So that's fine, and also make sure it's aligned to the center of the frame. So similarly, we're going to update the hover stage and write 5 there, and also duplicate the project text to that state. So double click, Alt key, and drag down to this side and align it to the center of the frame. For consistency, select the 2 and maintain the spacing to 20. So here, select this one too and maintain it to 20. Alright, so we are done with that. So this is going to be for proposals. And the third one, we're going to write down client reviews, right? So just put reviews, and let's say we have about, say, 15 client reviews. So update the text to client reviews. Alright, so we're going to maintain this spacing to as well to 20. So here is going to be 15K plus as well, and the text to the same too. So you just drag and bring it down, Alt key, select Alt key, then you drag it down. Now select the previous one and delete it, and also maintain the spacing to 20 and align them to be center of the frame. Alright, so we need one more. Let's take this one there, Alt Q, duplicate that as well. So this one will cut it to satisfied client, right? So we take it down to satisfied client. Alright, so here let's update the number as well. 30. Then we update the text too as well to satisfy clients. Alright, so here we're going to update it to 30K plus as well, and also copy the text and replace it with this other one that was there. So here select that one and delete it, then span this frame a bit and take this one up, select the two together, update the spacing to 20 and also align that to the center of the frame. So lastly, we're going to take out this frame as well and also create the card. So this is going to be experience, and select it, create a component, add variant property, and the variant state here to create the profile as well. Alright, so in the hover state, we're going to do the same thing. Give it a stroke of 1 pixel and a blue color, and the opacity to just 80%. Alright, so here there's one more thing we need to observe. In our gradient scale, the light part is down while the darker part is up. If you look at it carefully, the down text is not that visible, so we have to adjust that for clarity in terms of visibility. So we're going to go back to our linear and make some adjustments on the things we have. That's fine. Similarly, select the overstage and also do the same thing with your linear and also drag it down and keep it somewhere around there. Alright, so now let's go to prototype and connect the interaction to while hovering from on click. Alright, so we're done with all this. I'm going to zoom out, select all the cards, only the cards. So you can hold down your shift key, select them one after the other. Now we're going to cut it and take it back to our component page. Then here we'll paste them here. Alright, so that's perfect. Now we'll go back to our design page and drag the cards into the experience frame. So go to our assets, go to our local libraries, and then the card should be there. So 10 years experience, that's the first one. Bring it here, and followed by a number of projects, followed by proposals, client reviews, and the satisfied clients. Alright, we're done with that part. So the last thing we're going to do now is to add the header. That's going to be the experience. So let's select the 4 cards first. Select the 2 cards first and arrange them. In the spacing between them, you decrease it to 40. Let's see. That's too much. So let's take it down to 30. It's still too much. Let's take it down to 28. Make sure it's properly aligned with this. Let's check that. Okay, 28 is better. So select these 2 as well and align them, and their spacing to 28 as well. So now you bring them down and make sure they are properly aligned with respect to the first 2. So this way you can select them together, the 4, and Ctrl G to group them. So this is going to be there. And this one, let's quickly drag it a bit, click side, and select the other one, the other group, and also make sure they are centered, aligned like this. Then you can now group them together. Alright, so we're going to put the title. Let's copy this text, Alt key drag, and bring it here. It also update the title. So it is going to be experience, and put it into the middle of the container. So now we're going to select the main container and remove the background fill so that we see clearly what we're doing. So now select the cards and the heading and increase the spacing to 35. Alright, that's better, and make sure everything is centered, aligned. So congratulations, we are done with this part. So we're going to take our card into the content page now. So take the experience card now and put it here, and make sure they snap together with the first one like this, and align it to the center of the frame. So we're done with this. Now let's quickly take the review and see the final result. So bring it inside the frame as well and align them, pop them into the top. Now if you check the portfolio here and click on review, you should be able to see the results like this. So this is what we will have. for the experience. And if you go on the hover effect, you should be able to see something like this. All right, so there's something we need to go and adjust in the 30K plus experience. The hover stage is having some lapses there. The plus somehow straight down to the description side, and again the spacing between this text and this text is also close. We are going to adjust that as well. So now let's go back to our design page and quickly fix that. So we're going to go into the components to fix that. So go to, and here we'll start with the bigger card. So we want this text and this text to move up a bit, right? So move it there and increase the spacing, that is the vertical spacing, excuse me. So first of all, let's select this and this, then we'll group them together. All right, so now there's before we group them, let's ungroup them first. So this experience part, you can see the text frame is stretched, so try to close it and make sure it's balanced. Now we can now group them, select the two and make sure they are centered aligned like this, and group them together. So put them into the center of the frame. Now from here we can now select this other one, align them to the left, make sure they are properly aligned, and increase the spacing to, let's add 25. I see that. All right, 25 is quite okay. Okay, that's fine. Or we make it 30. Great, 30 is better. So to move first, we're going to delete the second content and just duplicate the first one into the second card. So delete it and also delete it. All right, so here we'll just copy the content and Alt key, and you drag it to the second card and make sure it's centered, aligned like that. All right, and also maintain the position on the Y direction. So here it's about what, 31, or if you check here, what's the Y direction? 14. So you have to maintain that to 14. Then compare and just put 14. So that is better now. So here and this one, now you maintain the 35. All right, so this is perfect now. Then lastly, where we have that straight is this frame. So I'm going to zoom in and fix that as well. So select the 30K and expand the text frame until the plus is back. So when you are done, make sure you also bring it back to center for the alignment. So that is also complete. Now let's go back to our project. You can see everything is now working perfectly. But if you observe carefully, on hovering, this text is still moving down, and it's not supposed to do like that. So everything has to be balanced. Even here, you can see this one is balanced, this one is balanced, this one is not balanced, this one is not balanced. So we'll go back there again and fix that. So here, select the client and see whether it's in the middle. It was not in the middle. This one too, and make sure it's in the middle. So I think it's balanced now. And also check the spacing between them is 20. What of this one and this one is also 20, so that is fine. Then the main card, let's check why the shifting. You check here and here. Let's see the left alignment. All right, it's balanced now. Let's check this one too, left alignment, not changes. So that's where the problem was coming from. Now let's go back to which one again was shaking. Okay, and this. Right, I think that is better now. So if you restart our prototype now, we should be able to see the correction, and the effect should be there now. Correct. And we'll move faster and see. So here now, you can see everything is working fine now. And that this one still is it's moving, and I don't want that movement. I want it to be stable. So let's check that. So for us to move faster, I'm going to skip here. Just take your time to check everything and make sure the alignment is stable across all the cards. So you can also select your card and make sure they are centered aligned. Sometimes they are not centered aligned, you'll be experiencing that shifting in over effect. So that's it, right? So we're going to stop here for this. See you in the next lecture.